and there's me. That is around the time that I started to experience sexual molestation. And you can kind of tell because when I look at the pictures of myself, like, there's something going on with that little girl.
Scientifically irrefutable evidence.
And you can see it. You can tell that there's something going on. I mean, at that time, it wasn't anything like serious, but it was, some things were happening to me that I didn't quite get, and it was confusing and it was weird. Like, why is this, yeah, it's confusing and weird. And I mean, my brother, he doesn't really remember anything, but I know that stuff happened to him because I saw it, because I was there. And there's really something, you can tell that there's something going on with that little girl.
DDA Hobbs, have the people been able to disprove this new video evidence presented by the defense?
We have not, Your Honor.
See, the thing is as well, like when I've talked to my dad about how I think I might have that kind of problem, he's like, I'll tell him stuff that I remember from my childhood and he'll just say, oh, I don't remember that, you know? So he wouldn't really be particularly reliable. Unless my brother is just a knobhead. Yeah. So, which, okay, fine, I understand that's a bit bullshit, but also, whew. And also, like, I used to think that I needed to have, like, loads and loads of subscribers. And I don't. I mean, my channel growth has been absolutely minimal, and part of it is because YouTube hates creators. My analytics is absolutely shit. But also because I don't have any consistency, because I don't interact with my viewers of the videos, because I don't want to see the rape threads. I mean, one of the chapters is literally about a rape that happened in detail. So you can kind of understand why it took a bit longer. But look, I was 15, all right? I was 15. I was living in an abusive situation. You know, whatever. I have had a rat having babies before. Yeah, it was a very traumatic time. Because I was in a relationship with an absolute piece of shit. And he basically demanded that it was my fault, which of course it wasn't. So he like properly gaslit me and everything about it. And then of course, as usual, I had to deal with all of it. I had to look after them by myself because he just couldn't be arsed. We also had a rabbit as well. It was just terrible. It was really, really terrible time for me because the reason we got a rabbit was because he was pushing me to have a child with him, to have a baby with him. And I was there, 21 in a very abusive relationship, 20 in a very abusive relationship, just thinking, no, I don't want to do that. So we got a rabbit instead. And this poor thing, I mean, I'd go to university and he'd just leave her in the cage all day rotting. It was horrible. So yeah, like when you spend all of your life thinking that you're not good enough, and people tell you that you're not good enough, and the people that in the past have told me that I'm good enough, they're really trying to get one thing from me. Yeah, but John says that I'm an amazing singer and an amazing songwriter, and that guy, like, he loves me. So don't you think that's sort of, Oh my god, it was amazing. It was really funny as well because there was this absolutely hammered girl about my age next to me. She was really jealous because PKJ was like hitting on me, kind of. Usually what happens, I mean, Peter isn't a man of many words. I know that he loves me, so he doesn't need to say it, but if I say that I'm depressed, he usually just sends me a video of the rabbit without any sort of context or even, checking if I'm okay. And that's fine. So the rats who love me, they always come to me when they want attention and a cuddle, which for some rats just means put themselves, the top half of themselves in my palm. For others, it means they want a scritch, like gingerbread and everything. But Truffle Oil came up to me today to do that. He came up and he got into my hand, and then I gave him a little pat. You know what part of it is, I think? I think she's obsessed with me. Like, unhealthily so. And this is just how she shows her love. Who's this? Is it Miso by any chance? Oh God, is it Miso by any chance? Literally. Oh, surprise, surprise, it's Miso. Why are you so obsessed with me? Oh shit, I was gonna go to Club Antichrist, but after going to my Cambridge ball by myself, I just I just don't really feel like I'm in the right frame of mind for that kind of thing at the moment, because I just get so worried because I was spiked at the start of, well, about 2 years ago, nearly 2 years ago I was spiked, and since then I'm just way too anxious to go to places by myself. My therapist gave me stuff to, like, these little caps that you put on top of your drinks and things, but then I just feel like that's drawing attention to me.
It's taking a very, very long time. So with the music side of things, I wanted to be a musician, I wanted to be a songwriter. I genuinely, my singing teacher when I was 16, he really did make me think that I was a good singer. But he was actually grooming me. He was grooming a lot of the girls. And he wasn't entirely successful with me because he made a move on me, and I turned him down because he was 74. But I know that other girls weren't so lucky, but after that it was like, I really thought that people would only tell me I was any good because, you know. And every time I start recording a song, because I want to do an album for you guys, I get panic attacks. And I just think that I'm not good enough, and I think back to him. And I think back to the other people that behaved in the same way towards me. And
I am really struggling to, I need to start seeing my therapist again. I'm going to start seeing her again soon, because we really need to work through what is this barrier that is stopping me from doing anything music. And I think it is rooted in some stuff from my childhood. You guys know about my singing teacher who groomed me. But I think it's an amalgam of a few things. It's not just that. I also had to cut out the entire thing about, because there was quite a big thing about when I had that mental breakdown in London, obviously, because that's what started my whole YouTube channel. But the real catalyst for that was that arsehole who tried to abduct me and then rape me in a car park. But again, like, just writing about it, it was like recounting the whole thing, and then the fact that when I finally tried to reopen the case, the detective just didn't bother. Like, that's not very uplifting. Yeah, JCC, that's what happens. So I lost my job in London, which I really loved, because a couple of months after I moved there, a guy lured me into his car, drove me to the outskirts of London, attempted to rape me in a car park, and I just sort of went with it. And I did report it to the police, but then I just wanted it to go away, and I also felt really ashamed, as if it was my fault. Which it wasn't. I mean, I won't go into the detail, but it absolutely wasn't my fault. I mean, it was very much a coercion. He spent about 30 minutes trying to get me into this frigging car. He knew that I'd been drinking. It was late. It was raining. He said he was going that way. It wouldn't have been a long journey, and he was a really nice guy. But anyway, so after that happened, I just didn't deal with it. And then as the months went by, I just got a little bit worse and a little bit worse. And then it all dived down when he did it to someone else, and a different police constable, this was about 10 months afterwards, was desperately trying to get in contact with me, and she was calling me, and she was leaving voicemails, and she was emailing me, and it just sent me into this absolute spiral. I just ended up having this absolute meltdown, and it was really more like an accumulation of things that I hadn't dealt with, obviously. I mean, the whole reason I'd moved to London was to run away from things that had happened in the north. And I also showed them that video that you sent me of the cat biting her head and then giving her a kiss. Now, I'm pretty sure that that is an abusive situation that the bun is in. That's a very, very toxic friendship, don't you think? Oh, she's loud. Yeah, she's loud. Yeah, it's insane. She clearly loves me. She likes to get on me. She launches herself off platforms onto me. Gryffindor says that facial expression. Yeah, I think it's a weird one now. I mean, right, well, anyway, this is very much a pipe dream. It's something that I've wanted to do since I was very little. I found that
the people who told me I was good at music or singing or anything like that had an ulterior motive, starting with my singing teacher. So there's a lot attached to it. A lot of negativity. But I think whenever I've been on the stage, I've always felt like it's where I was supposed to be.
So, I've changed it to be. Now, and this is going to sound bad, but no, it's. I promise you, it's actually about the abusive relationship that I was in. Yeah, but Vulty, you know me though, so you know what I've gone through, and like when I started tearing up when I was singing Chameleon, you know me and you care about me, but strangers, like personally, if I was watching that show, I didn't know this person, and they started tearing up because they're singing about an abusive ex-boyfriend, I just feel awkward as fuck. So PTSD is like that. Okay, so for example, yeah. So, because I can't, It's exhausting pretending to be someone else.
I'll see myself out.